Alrighty, this is like probably one of the most rarest times that I vlog in public in a sense. I know it's a bit ironic. I do silent disco walking tours where I'm basically dancing around full costume with headphones, but I'm actually really scared to vlog in public. But what's up guys, it's your boy Hayden back another video, and today we're going to be watching MJ the Musical. Now, MJ the Musical has dropped in Sydney, Australia, and I've done a lot of coverage in terms of the musical. I'm walking next to the water, which is pretty nice, in Barangaroo, and what we're going to do is that I'm going to try my best to use the camera. I know that the theatre is a bit iffy filming inside, especially inside the theatre when the show is running, but I'll do my best, but in a sense where it's going to be really exciting because this is the opening night of MJ the Musical. I'm going with my sister. I don't know if she's going to allow being on the vlog, but we'll see. I'm going to ask her later. But at the moment I'll be walking to the location, and we're actually going to meet up with some fellow MJ fans, in a sense where we got Michael Jackson Fans Australia group on Facebook, and there are a lot of active fans. And what we're going to do, we're going to meet up with them, have a drink or two, and then go to the Lyric Theatre in which the show is going to be there, film some more, going to meet some new people, as well as take a lot of photos. So without further ado, let's get into the vlog. And you're probably thinking, Hayden, where's your Michael Jackson outfit? Well, don't worry, because I bought this shoulder bag in which I have a special jacket. It's the 1996 Nelson Mandela jacket that he wore for his birthday. Yeah, I've always wanted to wear this jacket for a public occasion and a performance as well, but I figured that this is probably the most appropriate event to wear to opening night to the musical. It's pretty funny. A lot of people actually look at me vlog, but I just get ironically stage fright when I'm doing this type of stuff in public because I've got my arm out talking literally to myself. I think it'll be better if I had earphones in to look like I'm on a call, to disguise I'm just talking to the camera. But yeah, I'm not the most confident vlogger, obviously. And that I'm wearing my Florisham Comos. I wanted to bring the rhinestone sparkly sock coverings, but since I had work, I think it was probably more appropriate to miss out on those sock coverings. But yeah, I figured wear the appropriate footwear. So that's the Star Casino over there, and inside is the Lyric Theatre. And I don't know if you can see over there, but over there has flags of MJ the Musical, which is pretty cool. So yeah, fun fact, the last time I actually went on this bridge was for the MJ Silent Disco tour, which is pretty funny. You'll see in a second, in a sense where it just brings back so many memories doing the Silent Disco walking tour. But well, there it is. Look at that. Those are the flags. I'll do a zoom in as well. Those are the flags of the musical. Pretty cool. Look at that. Wow. And it goes all the way down the Piedmont Bridge. All these cool people. Oh, it's him, the coolest person. Here we are. What's been happening? What's been happening? MJ the Musical.
Yes, we are here.
This is the MJ Musical, MJ Avengers. Here we go. We're gonna get lit, so it's gonna be a great night. Yo! Alrighty, so fun fact, this is the Michael Jackson Australia fans group. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Know a couple of people from the Facebook and Instagram group, but everyone's excited, taking pictures, taking videos, good memes all around. But check it out, the Lyric Theatre, Michael Jackson fans all around. Very good night for 2025 so far. So last time I was there, I was for Thriller Live, and that was one of the pictures I took. But this is really great. There's a lot of people here, and who would have thought that a lot of fans of Michael Jackson was here in Sydney in Australia. I know some people flew in overstates, but it's such a great experience overall. What a great experience, so far at least. It's the beginning of the musical, and there's a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work in the edit, but I'm going to be changing in between phone as well as Sony camera footage, but hopefully that you're going to enjoy this vlog, and we're going to do some editing magic, so to speak. Alright, so we're walking, and this is great, all the mirrors, but we're walking into the theatre of MJ the Musical. It's going to be spectacular. I'm with my sister. Shout out to my sister who's filming. There she is. But it's going to be a very, very exciting musical. I'm pumped. I hope you're pumped. For the people in the US, you've probably already seen it maybe once or twice. This is opening night in Australia. So, yeah. I don't know where we're going. But
I'm following
15 and 19. I haven't seen the stage before, but hopefully. Got to get my ticket first.
Oh.
Hi, welcome. I can help you to your seat.
So, what do we think so far?
Okay, so it's a multiverse of MJ songs, meaning sometimes when it's a Motown, they'll put in a Dangerous Era song. Not traditional choreography, which is really good. Sometimes, if you're used to MJ choreography, just watch a concert. This musical choreography is way different, more jazz. Love the costumes, love the singing. It's a pretty good musical. And we got interviewed, so you know.
Most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life.
10 out of 10.
Absolutely insane. Oh, amazing. I'm a changed person.
Amazing from the start to the end.
Something for everyone. You need to see it. Super fan or not, it was incredible.
You have to come see it.
Laughing, screaming, crying, dancing.
Please, 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 I beg you, go watch it.
Incredible. Everyone should come see it. And it was really hard to judge that we didn't use it. If you love Michael Jackson, you grew up with him, come and watch the show. The both of us on the studio is mind-blowing. I had tears of joy. My mood was. Need to come and see MJ the Musical today, tomorrow, next week, the week after, as long as it is here.
Oh my goodness, what did I just watch? That was probably the most refreshing, exhilarating MJ experience I've ever seen. And look, it's almost midnight. It's like 11:45, but what an amazing experience. First of all, I really loved the show. If you're a viewer of the channel and you haven't seen the musical, look, I'm not going to spoil it for you for the whole thing. I'm going to look at it as an objective review, but it was great. It was beautiful. I did write some notes on my phone, so I'll be using that as a teleprompter, so to speak. I think that might have a bit of spoilers here and there, but yeah, maybe just full disclosure that spoiler alert. So if you're gonna watch the musical without the spoilers, it's really good, really refreshing. It's not traditional MJ in a sense where, look, if you're expecting like a concert, so to speak, just watch it on YouTube. But come in with an open mind. It's really great if you love musical theatre as well as just storytelling. It's great. Like, that's all I want to say. It's great. The videos don't do it justice. They kind of make it look more of like a jukebox musical. That's a bit of a tongue twister. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Go watch it if you can. I don't know if there's a bootleg version on YouTube similar to other musicals, but it's really great. And before we start the review, it was fantastic meeting everyone, or mostly everyone, on the Michael Jackson Australia Facebook group. Shout out to them. Shout out to Paul for liaising everyone. It was great. Had some drinks. Had great chats. It's really funny seeing them. You know, I've always interacted with them online ever since I joined the Facebook group in high school. It's a great community as well, just to talk about all things MJ. But yeah, it's finally great to meet you all. But let's get into the review. First off the bat, I did wear the 1996 Nelson Mandela jacket. A lot of people love this jacket in a sense. I love this jacket. I knew that I wanted to wear this for a special occasion, i.e. for tonight. And let's get into the merchandise haul first before the review. It's funny, when I bought the merchandise, I was originally going to put on the Afterpay, but I restricted myself in a sense where there was some really cool merch. Pictures will be here, but I thought I'd buy something that I actually would use. So the first item is the MJ the Musical Rhinestone Glove. Pretty cool. It's a combination between a Motown 25 and like kind of like the AliExpress. I haven't opened it yet. Maybe a in-depth review later. But yeah, it's pretty cool. MJ themed. Probably gonna go next to the Motown 25 glove. The next item is a MJ the Musical water bottle. If you're interested, maybe another in-depth review. But pretty cool. I think this is an incentive for me to drink more water. I rarely drink it, but wow, that's pretty cool. Stainless steel MJ toast stand bottle. It says MJ the Musical at the back. Pretty cool. This feels like I'm at like the Easter show, or like I got an MJ show bag, so to speak. It's really cool. Next is a grey cap. I'm starting to wear more caps, and I figured that this obviously shows I'm an MJ fan, but also that's something that's very casual as well. And last but not least is a MJ Smooth Criminal backdrop t-shirt. Pretty cool. And not to mention, you get your souvenir booklet program, which is pretty cool. I haven't opened it in a sense where when I first got the program, yeah, I just never opened it. I was so engaged with the whole experience as well as the musical. I haven't opened this booklet. I skimmed through it just looking for some pictures and stuff. But yeah, let's get into the review. And fun fact, I went with my sister. Everyone says that I'm MJ and she's Janet. Funny joke. But yeah, it turns out my sister's mutual friends that they went in high school and other connections, they were actually in the ensemble. So you did really well, Liam and Iris. I don't know if you ever watch my videos, but shout out to them in the ensemble cast. Really cool. Love the costume changes. And let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So let's start off with the songs that I mentioned in the musical. Now, I don't want to spoil it in a sense, but look, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. If you plan on watching it, this is more of an objective view. But in terms of the songs, it's great. It's kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it's kind of like, it's an MJ multiverse, so to speak, where as the story progresses, let's just say in the Off the Wall era, you actually get songs that you hear from The Dangerous, but the way how the storytelling is written, they weave that song into the story and it's pretty cohesive for what it is. They also do a lot of mashups in terms of the songs. They grab the melody or the lyrics and they try to mash it up with other songs. An excellent example would be Too Bad and Bad. Not really spoiling anything because that's in the official album that they already released back in. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my phone because I remember writing down notes during the intermission and when I had a break, just so I can jot down my points on paper because you couldn't record. Fair enough, some lady got busted recording, but I wish I got, maybe I might watch it a second time, like a review version, but I'm sure this video is going to be very, very long. But yes, it's a multiverse of MJ songs in the sense where sometimes they'll have later songs appear in early stages in his life. And what I've noticed as well, I haven't read the original book in which this play is based on, but it's kind of, in a sense, a bit of a fiction. It reminds me of fan fiction in a sense where, I don't know if this genuinely truly happened, but you can see that it draws inspiration from real life events. So I'm not too sure the whole thing is fictitious, so to speak. I know that the characters that were involved were fictitious. Surely it just draws from real life inspirations, but most of, I think, if you know a little bit of MJ's life, that there are some facts that have been kind of chopped and changed and all that stuff, but most of the factual stuff is there. But it's really interesting having an interesting take on what happened prior to the Dangerous tour. And look, I'm not going to spoil anything in terms of storyline, just watch it for what it is. And look, we can probably instant message on Instagram, that's where I'm most active, of the musical in a sense, where I don't want to provide any spoilers for people who haven't seen it or if the musical hasn't come to your country. So yeah, just as a courtesy thing. Okay, so it's not traditional choreography in a sense where if you're expecting a lot of MJ choreography, yes, they moonwalk, as well as other stuff. If you're going in thinking you're watching like an MJ tribute show, just watch it on YouTube or just watch something else. This choreography is very, obviously it's a musical, so jazz, hip hop inspired, all that type of stuff. But I like it, it keeps it fresh. Like, yeah, they do have some MJ choreography, but they keep it very unique. And it's just a new and refreshing take on the songs as well. Speaking of the songs, the way how I like to describe, they're very like revisited or reimagined in a sense, where Thriller was really good. I'm gonna leave it like that. But yeah, obviously you have your traditional songs, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal. And it's funny because in terms of the costumes, most of it is what I'm basically wearing. White shirt, black pants, well you can't see the pants, white v-neck shirt. I think it's just so people can just focus on the music and not just the fancy costumes. There is fancy costumes, don't get me wrong. And some of the fancy costumes really pay homage to MJ if you really look at it. Once again, don't want to do any spoilers, but if you're watching it at least, notice the production design, notice the costume design. It's just really, really good. Ironically, some of it isn't that good for the MJ costumes, especially for like Billie Jean. He never wore the silver headband or like Smooth Criminal, none of that crystal stuff. I get it, it's for musical theatre. And just some other jackets he never wore, in a sense where there's a military jacket with like beaded zipper inspires, but it's just the whole thing is just inspired by MJ, which is fair enough. Now, at least in my showing, some of the music wasn't punchy, and the reason why I say is I like my music really, really loud, and especially for certain songs. But I think it was a deliberate choice in a sense where some songs were more gentle, and then some songs you could really feel the bass, the drums and all that stuff. It really kind of, think of like a subwoofer in a audio mixer or audio setup. Like some songs were really, really good. I wish each song was as loud as that. But yeah, some songs were really, really low in volume and some songs were just really, really great, especially the drums and just the different instruments and all that stuff. Now, the lighting and stage design, it was crazy in a sense. Like there are literally different layers of the stage and it was great. There was like panels flying in and out, a lot of lighting, strobe effects. You seriously, I cannot describe it in a sense, and the video can't describe it as well. You just got to be there and just look at the whole production design. It's truly a work of art, especially with the cues as well. Surprisingly, I don't think there was any fog or smoke, but yeah, a lot of lights, a lot of pulsing, a lot of props as well, which is really cool. And it's very modular. A lot of the screen were on wheels, so they could flip as well, and they could have like another set or design that just adds to the storyline. The casting was really, really good. The MJ for our Australian version, so to speak, was Roman Banks. I know that he played him in the US version. It's really, really good. Really sounded like him, especially when he sung as well. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, the characters that were cast for the respective roles and the characters in the plot, really, really good. Can't fault, especially young Michael / Jackson 5 era people. Fantastic. It was really, really good. And in terms of the storyline and the plot, there are a lot of double entendres. I think that's what it's called. Let me look it up. Wait, how am I gonna pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Look, I'm not gonna embarrass myself saying this, but these two words, there are a lot of double meanings. Double meanings, I'm gonna say that. Double meanings in this play, in terms of the storyline and how it's really woven into the script. A lot of double parallels between characters as well as the songs. Speaking of songs, it's kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of High School Musical. Like there's a scene where they're talking about money. They'll be talking, and they'll be like, anything for money. Like it's just so out of the blue. But I know it's a musical. It does have these type of tropes. It's like High School Musical in a sense. But it's funny, I've just noticed that in some instances, they'll be talking about something serious and then a line from just a random MJ song where he would just start singing. I'm just like, some of it was a bit goofy, but most of it served the story. The singing and the instruments was amazing. It's one of those things where you just have to experience it in the theater. No soundtrack or anything can really reproduce it. And I think that if you listen to the one that currently is on Spotify and iTunes, it just doesn't do it justice. Like that, the musical that I literally heard in the theater, if you compare it to the album version, it kind of sounds like Kids Bop in a little bit. Like it's not, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the album version. And I guess that's why people watch the musical or they like the musical version, because they add additional hits, additional songs. Like I didn't know that there was more songs that I just watched compared to what I listened to in the album, but I guess that's what makes it a musical very unique, where you watch it and you're expecting the unexpected, which is really, really cool. It's late. I probably might do a follow-up video, but all in all, I would definitely recommend it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Actually, that's a pretty high score. Wasn't expecting it. It was something that I wasn't expecting for sure, and that it's something refreshed. It's not the traditional MJ, so to speak. And like, to be honest, if MJ didn't pass away, he'd be really proud of this. Like, I like it how, spoiler alert, I like it how they were very like clear with the drug use, especially with the painkillers, and just kind of exploring MJ as kind of like a faulted human, so to speak, because I know a lot of fans think he's perfect. But it kind of shows the character struggle, which we all like, a good character struggle. There's a running joke throughout the whole musical in which at the end, he finally achieves it. I'm just gonna leave it like that, not gonna spoil it, but it is very satisfying, it's very funny. Just basically the whole musical in terms of the story, like I know it's a bit wishy-washy because it's a very like fictional piece as well, but truly it portrays MJ as a very faulted character in a sense where, you know, it's just like you and me going through struggles and all that stuff. But yeah, I really definitely think, you know, I'm not just saying as an MJ fan as well, I love watching drama and musical theatre, but I think that the character makes it relatable to an average person who isn't a fan of MJ. And yeah, I think because I'm an MJ fan as well, I'm pretty picky in terms of this type of stuff, productions, all that stuff. But I think if you remove like the MJ expert fan, so to speak, look, I know some of you people probably have the same, you know, this wasn't accurate, he did this and not that. Look, if you enjoy musical theatre and, you know, if you are a fan of MJ, even a casual fan of MJ, I would definitely recommend watching this for sure. I might go a second time if I'm being completely honest with you. But yeah, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Hope you enjoyed the video, the vlog. To the people at the MJ Facebook group Australia, it was lovely to meet you. Hopefully we get to see each other in a next MJ event. But yeah, hope you enjoy, like and subscribe. It's 12 o'clock, it's close to midnight. Something evil is lurking in the dark. Haha, funny MJ joke. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Catch you around.